What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Sector for Nerds. Today, I'm here to give you guys my thoughts on Star Wars The Acolyte, episodes 1 and 2. But before we begin, make sure you guys like this video and subscribe to the channel. And make sure you guys are staying tuned every single Wednesday, as I will be giving you my thoughts on each and every episode of The Acolyte. But that's not all you get here on this channel, you guys. I do new discussion videos on each and every episode of Star Wars The Clone Wars. We do live streams every Thursday playing video games. Lots of great content on my channel, so make sure you guys are subscribing and checking all that out. So what are my thoughts on the first two episodes of The Acolyte? Well, I wasn't that invested in the story, and especially coming in a time of like the High Republic, which I feel like I just haven't really cared about. I've got 5 High Republic books sitting on my shelf, and I've only read through the first half of the first book because I felt bored by it. So look, at the end of the day, I'm just not a fan of the High Republic. I don't really care about it. I will say this much though. I wasn't as bored by it as I thought I was going to. I respected the murder mystery aspect of it in making us think like, oh, this person was the Acolyte and the one killing the Jedi, but no, as it turns out, she's got a twin sister that it was supposedly dead, but now she's alive and she's the one that did it. I'm not going to sit here and say that it was the greatest thing ever, because I kind of felt like this feels like a little bit of a knockoff version of Ahsoka getting framed for blowing up the Jedi Temple in the Clone Wars, which personally I thought was much better than this. But coming out of these episodes, I didn't feel bored by it the way that I felt bored watching Andor. For me personally, I didn't like Andor, and everybody that's watched my videos knows that. So I feel like we still have a little bit of ways to go. I don't think it's any secret that going into this show, a lot of people were very, very against it. And with every reason to be, considering how crappy their press tour has been. The people that have worked on this show, admittedly, have not done it any favors. But I always tell people, let's watch the show and then we'll critique it. So the first 2 episodes in, I'm not ready to say like, oh, this show sucks. Like, this is the worst thing ever. Could I be there in like a week or 2? Absolutely. But you know what? For the first 2 episodes, they were bang average. They were fine. The fight sequences were cool. Getting to see Karlak in an older era was pretty cool. Like, immediately when I saw the name Karlak, I immediately thought of the Clone Wars, because I love the Clone Wars so much. For those who don't remember, that's where the Mandalorians assembled in season 4. Ahsoka fought Pre Vizsla there. Getting to see Neimoidians at the beginning, that was cool. I did kind of question how this Acolyte was able to break into the same temple twice and nobody figured it out. How did nobody prepare for it the second time around? I don't know. But there was, Osha, who's the good Jedi, the one that we thought was the Acolyte but isn't the Acolyte. And then there's her twin sister May, who was the Acolyte. And then who else do we have in this? We had York, who is the Jedi Knight, I believe. And then what was the Padawan's name? The girl, Palma? What was the name of the master? I'm already forgetting. Too many new characters to keep track of. Getting to see a Wookiee Jedi at the end of the second episode, that was kind of cool. But again, it's like, we'll see where this goes. I am curious to see who the identity of the Sith is. I think it would be nice if it was Darth Plagueis. I would also like to see Yoda at some point, considering that, he's around the Jedi Temple at this time. He should be there. Though supposedly they're not going to be relying on cameos. But that still doesn't mean he can't be in the show. Yeah, I feel like, man, I know I feel like I haven't really said much here, you guys, but I'm just kind of still trying to figure it out, to be honest. I guess I'm curious to see what you guys think, so make sure to let me know in the comments below. If I was grading them on my scale of how I would rank it, I feel like what? Like a C or a C minus? I don't know. There's still a lot that needs to be figured out, because again, the High Republic I don't really care about as an era. There's a lot of new characters here that I'm still not fully invested in yet, but there is definitely time for me to get invested in them. And I think that's kind of what these next 6 weeks are going to be all about, right? Is trying to get me invested in these characters, and whether or not it works, we'll have to see. Yeah, you guys, I think that is going to wrap us up for today. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Remember, be sure to stay tuned every Wednesday for my thoughts on each and every episode of The Acolyte. And be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, share this video with others to help support the channel, and I will see you guys next time.
I'm glad you're here to tell us these things.